Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Street Crypto here, back for another video. In today's video, I want to talk about Terra and its native token of Luna and give you guys a price prediction. So Terra is currently sitting at $50 with a 13% increase in the last 24 hours, with a market cap of just under $20 billion and a volume of $2.1 billion with a spike of 156% in volume. Quickly, if you don't know what Terra is, it is a blockchain protocol that uses fiat-pegged stablecoins to power price-stable global payment systems. I won't get too much into what Terra is because it's a lot of complex terminology, and I'm sure many of you guys already actually know what it is. So the first thing I want to mention is just some quick news around the Terra ecosystem and some updates that have been happening recently. So Anchor's deposit and borrow rate is that for the first time ever, the borrow rate actually has become negative. So this is notable as the net interest is a reflection of how healthy this system is. So the more stressed on borrowing behavior, the more the Anchor protocol needs to give rewards, etc., etc. So seeing a net positive interest rate is a good thing for Anchor, as it means the system is healthy. The next thing I want to note is the proposals on the Terra community. If you guys don't know, that people can actually vote on proposals from Terra if you have governance stake in Luna. So what's happening is to shorten the voting period from 14 days to 7 days and reduce the minimum Luna deposit from 500 to 12 to 50 Luna. So this has passed, which means changes in the Terra ecosystem should be happening much faster, and you're going to see a lot of things happening quickly in Terra in the next coming months. So the next thing I want to mention is Terra Firma is selling a house for US. So this is pretty huge news. It'll mark the first time an entire house was sold for a stablecoin, and this is a key hurdle in the Terra ecosystem, whether it's a stablecoin which will have value in the real world. Being able to purchase an entire home with UST, which is Terra stablecoin, is really, really big news. The next thing I want to mention is a video game company called Gameville has entered into a strategic partnership with Terra, and while Gameville will be using its own token, it's going to be hosted on the Terra network. Now this is important because that means Terra network is going to be hosting game/NFT ecosystems, and there's going to be metaverses hopping onto Terra as well. Now the last thing I want to mention, and the most important thing, is some TA for the short term. So if we have a look at the 4-hour, we can see that Terra has seen a pretty explosive growth in just the last day. At around 12 o'clock yesterday, we saw Terra at around $38.39, and then has seen a move of 30% in around 2 days and 12 hours. And we are now testing this upward trend line that I mentioned in a few of my last videos. If we just zoom out a little bit, we can see that this upward trend line has been a part of a major move since early September, actually. And we recently broke down when we saw Bitcoin have a little bit of a dump, but we are now testing it again, as I expected we would. And it's important to note, guys, that this is going to be a key area for the next move for Terra. Now, if we come back into the uptrend, I can see that Terra testing $55 very, very soon. It's going to really depend on where this candle closes. Now, obviously, for the moment, we're getting quite a decent amount of rejection on this 4-hour, and it could see us test downwards of $48 again, which would interact with this upward trend line. However, I would say that there has been a decent amount of spike in volume, and it looks like the bulls are trying to push Terra back into the upward trend line and at least get it close above $50 to $51. Now, it's going to be a lot to ask for Terra, but I think it can do it very reasonably. However, I would say testing this upward trend line wouldn't be a bad thing. It also interacts with the 50 MA, and I think testing somewhere between $48 to $47 wouldn't be that bad of a move for the upcoming push towards resistance at $54. Now, $54 is going to be a major area of resistance for Terra. We've just seen it wicket twice here, and we've always got massive rejection, so it's going to be difficult for you guys. If you wanted to take profits for Terra, I would look at $55 to $54. However, I would say once we come back into this trend line and we get at least support, going upwards, something like this, I think $55 can be broken pretty easily, and then eventually we can flip this $55 as support and then move on from there. But I would say for now, if you guys are looking to hop into Terra, wait for a retest of the trend line at somewhere between $47 to $48, as I just mentioned. And then if we break down from this trend line, we will easily test the 50 MA again at around $45, and this interacts with earlier support. So set orders $47, $45, take profits at somewhere around $54 eventually once we get there within the next, I would say 3 weeks or so, we would test $55. But that was just a quick video on the Terra ecosystem and its native token of Luna. If you guys want to check out any other cryptos, let me know down below. Be sure to follow me on Twitter for the latest crypto updates around the markets. But I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.